two primary types of insulation, made from two completely different substances. The most commonly known is made from fiberglass. Sheets of cotton candy-like material are laid in the walls and roofs of buildings. The other popular form of insulation, called cellulose, comes mainly from recycled newspaper. It is applied as a spray.
Special machinery changes newspaper back to material similar to its original wood fibers. These fibers are permanently treated with chemical fire retardants, which significantly improves the fire safety of buildings. This process creates an insulating material that's safe and has 85% recycled content.
Cellulose insulation also differs in structure from traditional fiberglass material. Rather than being formed into sheets that may not fit perfectly between wood or metal framing, cellulose conforms to any space because it's sprayed on, filling in any small cracks. The material's density limits air infiltration, which adds to the fire retardant quality.
Made with 100% recycled paper, Cocoon is treated with fire retardants that actually exceed fire test requirements by the Consumer Product Safety Commission. It has a Class 1 fire rating and is not flammable when tested for smoldering and combustion. With the assistance of the Maryland Fire and Rescue Institute, the University of Maryland recently conducted a test to determine how insulation affects the burning time of a house.
We have ignition.
The purpose of the demonstration is to show relative fire performance characteristics of three buildings, one without insulation, two with insulation, one being fiberglass, and the other being cellulose.
All buildings were ignited on the first floor simultaneously. The structure with no insulation collapsed first at 40 minutes. And the fiberglass structure collapsed just 3 minutes, 20 seconds later. The building insulated with Cocoon, however, continued to resist the fire, standing for 68 minutes, 20 seconds. In the unfortunate event of a fire, cellulose gives you and your family 63% more time than fiberglass to leave your house safely. Cocoon cellulose insulation is a soundproofing material. It helps create a quieter home environment.
Another feature that you get with the Cocoon system is a lot more noise reduction from any outside noises. Okay. What we've done is we've put together a little display for you, the insulation that we use in a little canister. Now, what we find is that if we take this right here, now this is extremely loud, but by putting this in there, you're going to see how this performs.
Wow, that's loud. I'm impressed, Todd.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
The soundproof quality of Cocoon is due to its density, 2 to 3 times greater than similar fiberglass products, and its ability to fill any cavity into which it is properly installed.
When you realize that about 25% of your entire heating and cooling load on your house is for air infiltration, it's important that you close some of that. If you take the average house and add all the places up where air coming in, it's about like having a window or door wide open. Oh, by the way, no air, no fire.
Protecting the environment has become a major issue for the construction industry. Builders realize that many of today's environmentally correct options are fiscally favorable as well. What was once the choice of a few concerned citizens has become the norm for a society now focused on preserving what we have left.
Cellulose insulation is a fast-growing industry because when the consumers learn that their house can be more fireproof, more soundproof, and have lower utility bills, they want it. So instead of sending newspapers to the landfill, they simply make cellulose insulation.
Insulation is a key component to the energy efficiency and comfort of every home. And since walls account for 1/3 to 1/2 of the total surface area of a house, it's really important that those walls get insulated well. Today, we're going to look at cellulose insulation, and with me is Doug Schmidt from U.S. Green Fiber. Doug, what is cellulose and what's in it?
Cellulose is 100% recycled newspaper fiber. It's treated with borates and has an adhesive added to make it stick in the wall.
And what are the borates for?
The borates are a fire retardant.
Now, the equipment that you use to put this in, is that the same equipment as used to blow insulation in attics, or is it different?
Yes, it's the same. It's just we have adapted with 4-inch hose going to a 2.5-inch hose, which runs into the house. And we have a wall spray nozzle, which injects the water into the material and makes it adhere to the walls.
Now, you mentioned earlier that you have borate that you put in this to help it be fire resistant, and I understand you've got a demonstration that can show us how well this stuff works in terms of resisting flame and fire?
Yes, I do, Steve. If you'll use the torch for me, I'd like you to heat up this penny. Torch burns at approximately 1,700 degrees, and we're going to show you that this product won't burn and my hand won't burn with it.
The penny's actually melting.
Penny's melting, and we have no combustion on the product. It'll protect your house for the entire life.